Hello Stampers and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have another fun card that I made with the Country Birdhouse bundle, and I used a lot of stamping blends, as you can see on the side of my picture there. This is the stamp set. It's very fun. Got a lot of nice sentiments in there, a bird and some flowers, and then the dies are amazing. You can do so much with them, as you've seen from my other videos. And I want to go ahead and get started on this one. So let's set this aside. The first thing I want to do is stamp out that cute little bird. So I'm going to be using my Memento Black and the bird. And you want to stamp it first and then die cut it. And in fact, probably better to die cut it and then color it, just in case you make a mistake die cutting, because it does like to wiggle when you cut it out. I probably should have grabbed my little machine for this, but I didn't. So we're going to use the big machine. And here's a little bird die. Put it so you can see it. I guess it's, there we go. Out of focus. There we go. I'll put the plate on top and run it through. Now you could use a little piece of washi tape to hold that die in place. I generally don't, just because I usually do a pretty good job without doing it, and sometimes I don't, but yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not too bad. And it's a handmade card, and really you won't be able to tell once I get it all together. So there's that. I'll move this out of the way. I, in the interest of time, went ahead and cut these two little rectangles out using the deckled rectangle dies. And that's the second, oh here it is, second size in for that. I really like these dies. I think they're very fun. And I cut out this little hanger and flower already. And that comes in the Country Birdhouse. Oh, let's see. Here's the hanger, and there's actually 5 different flowers. So I already did that. So I want to go ahead and stamp the birdhouse on this white square, which is not very white because I got some little bits of color. So I'm going to just put them where I can't see them, because I'm going to be coloring this in. And because this is such a big stamp, I'm going to lay it flat like that and then tap it with the tuxedo black. And just look at it and make sure you got the black everywhere, and it looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. And actually, sometimes with these clear stamps, it's better if you put like something behind it. And there we go. Give it a good press. And there we go. All right, and now I want to do the flower on the side. And I kind of stuck it there so it's going over into the birdhouse, so it looks like it's in front of it. And that's really it for the stamping, and this is really just a coloring card. A lot of coloring going on this one. Actually, I'm going to stamp a sentiment at the end, even though I didn't in my original card. Get that out of the way and start with my coloring. And the first thing I want to do is my background. And for that, I used light crumb cake, and I think that I used a little dark on the side, so I'm going to use the brush tip and just do a little down the side like that, so I have a straight line. I like to do my dark color first and then go back over it with the white to blend it in and soften it. So I think we'll just do that. All right, so that was the dark crumb cake, which just took me about 10 minutes to find before the video started, because I Haven't had a chance to mark these yet. I had to replace my crumb cakes. Markers, they don't last forever, and so I haven't marked these yet. I like to put a little label on them so I can tell what color they are. And I hadn't put them away in the right location, so anyway, I was really starting to get annoyed, and then I'm like, oh, duh, there they are. So I did find them, thankfully. And I was thinking, actually, as I was getting ready to do this video, it'd probably be fun to try watercolor pencils on these too. I haven't tried that yet. Trying to do straight brushes all the way across, but it's really hard to do because of all the little things going on. We'll see how it looks. I might have to do some more coloring to kind of even out those lines. Maybe they'll blend in okay. It does take it a little while to dry, so I'm going to try that. The lines all the way across. All right, that looks pretty good. Happy with that. All right, so inside the bird hole, I use dark and light basic black. So I'm just going to do dark around the edge so it looks like it's shadowy, a little shadowy. And then I'll use light, which the lid almost looks like it's blue, but it's not. You'll see as I start coloring with it, it's definitely black. And it'll dry just a shade lighter than the dark one. I think I'm going to do this one in black. I did it in pecan pie on the other one, but I kind of don't like it. Here it is. So yeah, there's the original card. All right, so I did use pecan pie though around the top and the bottom. So this I think is a dark pecan pie. Really a fun color. If you don't have it, you should get it. I use it a lot. The marker and just the color, it's a real pretty color. You know, the funny thing is I didn't really like it at first when I saw it until I started using it, and now I just use it a lot. It looks really pretty with different colors and coordinates really well. Just a nice color. All right, so I'm trying to get all the way across so that I don't have to have lines, so it blends in a little. All right, that looks good. And let's see, what colors did I use for that? I think I used the light Misty Moonlight for the gingerbread. Really like blues and browns together. I think they're so pretty. Just kind of calming. And I think I used Pebble Pathway for the middle color. I can't remember. It's been a while since I made this card, and I put half the stuff away because I ended up using it on other cards, and then it just gets hard to figure out what goes with what, so I just put it away. So we're going to use Pebble Pathway. I think that's what I used. Of course, I can't find it. Where is that color? You know, that's so funny because I did just have it. Maybe I stuck it over here. Who knows? Oh, I'll come back to that. Let's go ahead and do the flowers. Probably just going to show up. That's how these things work, you know. You can't find them, and then when you're done with the video, you're like, oh, gosh, it was right there in front of my nose the whole time. So right now I'm doing the dark peach pie for the background on these little flowers. And then I'll use the light peach pie for the front flowers, just to kind of give it a little dimension. Okay, and do these flowers. I'm going to do, this is a new in color called Petunia Pop. I'm going to use the light one first. I really like the new in colors, the Petunia Pop and the Peach Pie are probably my two favorite, but I do just like them all. They look really nice together and very summery, which it is summertime here, and everything is in full bloom, and my garden's starting to produce tomatoes, and I have some peas, and I got some peppers today. So pretty exciting. All right, now I'm going to use the light shy shamrock. Hard to say that. This is another in color, very pretty color. And for the center of the flower, I'm going to use a brad. So all I have is that thing left, and still I'm not seeing Grr. I don't know what I did with them. Super annoying. Let's see, I'm going to pick another color. I guess I'll do dark smoky slate. I think that'll look good. But just to make sure, I want to test it. Yeah, I think that'll look good. It's almost like Pebbled Path, but not quite. I do not know where my Pebbled Path ran off to. Literally was looking at it right before this video and thought, oh, I'm going to put that away. So who knows where I stuck it. I mean, I have places to put everything, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't quite make it there. I feel like half my time is spent looking for things. That looks really nice together. So in fact, that might even be the color that I used. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, and then the last thing is my bird. Where did that go? Oh, there it is. All right, so for my bird, I used soft seafoam, and I used, I don't even know if that's a color still, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use the dark first and do just the breast of the bird down at the bottom. And I'll use the light next, kind of blend it in. And it'll dry and look a little different. And then I used the dark Misty Moonlight, but I think I'm going to try a two-tone effect on his wings. So let's just see what that looks like. So that's the dark Misty Moonlight. Now I'm going to take the light and just blend over it. It's kind of a different color, but I mean, it looks good blended together. Get my fine tip so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And we are almost done with this card. All I have to do is beak and his feet still. So for that, I'm going to pull in the wild wheat. Now on the original card, I think I used the peach pie, but kind of like the wild wheat better. Looks kind of more realistic, though I don't know that this bird is really that realistic, but who cares? I really do love stamping blends. They're one of my favorite tools. And I have literally every color. Pretty sure I do. So yeah, I like that better. And now we're going to assemble the card. So the card base is crumb cake. And we're going to do this. And let's see, I'm going to use my stamping seal. I often use glue, but I just don't know why I feel like using stamping seal for this. So I'm going to. And I just kind of gave it a little pop of color in the corner. There we go. Probably don't have to use that much Stampin' Seal. I guess I'm sort of in the glue mode here, so that's what I did. And I'm just sort of hovering it so that I get equal distance all the way around. Now, what I didn't do on my other card was put a sentiment, but I thought it would be fun to put a happy birthday in there, so that's what I'm going to do. I want to just stamp it here. It looks like it might. Yeah, let me clean that. I don't think I've used this one yet. So if you haven't used them, let me get a wiping. If you haven't used them for the first time, sometimes they don't stamp very nice images, so you just want to clean them off, which I'm going to do. That looks a little better, maybe. Yeah. All right. I am ready to do it now. You just want to do it a few times the first time to make sure you have any residue that's on the stamp off, so that it, there, isn't that cute? So that it's, see, look at the difference between the first few times I did it. It just is kind of yucky. Oh, and we need to put our bird on. For that, I will use the glue, mono adhesive. Oh yeah, we got to do a few more things here. I'm just la la la. All right, so we'll put the bird on. And put it right there on the ledge, which is good because I see I made a little boo-boo on the ledge. Sticking his tail out the side, which looks very cute. And I want to put a flower and a little hanger. Which honestly, the fine tip glue would be probably a better choice here. So I'm just trying to get a very little bit of glue on here so it doesn't ooze out. But if you have problems with it, like I said, you'd want to go with the fine tip glue. Okay, I can see that I'm going to need to trim that at the top, which I will in a minute. And, oh yeah, my flower. Using a slightly different flower. Like I said, there's 5 different flowers in this die set. They're really fun to use to decorate your cards with. And there's some leaves too, some dimensional leaves. I don't really plan to use one. Here's a dimensional leaf that comes in that. Put this over here, like so. And I want to use a in color dot, adhesive dot. Let me get this paddle side. And for this one, I'm going to use, I'm going to use this lighter pink one. There, love it. and the card is done. Happy birthday. This one doesn't say anything, but it could. I mean, you can fit, I think hello friend fits in there. This, I don't know if that fits in there or not. Hoping you have the best day ever. Anyway, thanks for checking out my YouTube channel, and please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.